Back in the day, homes were filled with appliances you'd think came straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's hard to imagine, but some quirky gadgets did more than just the usual chores. Some of these old-school devices were pretty genius, while others, well, they were just plain bizarre. From washing your dishes and clothes together, to toasting your socks during breakfast, or clearing your driveway with a flamethrower, the appliances of the past were both revolutionary and downright strange. By the end of this video, you'll be questioning if we've really progressed, or if we've left some awesome ideas behind. The Thor washing machine and dishwasher combo, introduced in the 1940s, was a groundbreaking but deeply flawed appliance. It was one of the first attempts at a dual-function machine, designed to wash both clothes and dishes in a single drum. The idea was to save time and space in smaller homes by combining these two essential chores into one process. The machine featured separate settings for laundry and dishwashing, but these often malfunctioned, resulting in detergent meant for clothes being used on dishes or vice versa. Reports emerged of clothes coming out smelling like dish soap, while dishes were left with stains and residue from laundry detergent. The hygiene concerns were immense, as people were uncomfortable with the idea of cleaning their delicate fabrics in the same space as their dirty plates. Ultimately, the appliance was met with skepticism and failed commercially, leaving Thor to discontinue the product entirely by the 1950s. But if you thought this appliance was weird, wait until you hear about this next one. In the 1950s, one of the most curious innovations came from Serval, an appliance company known for gas refrigerators. They introduced a model with rotating shelves called the cyclomatic. The idea was simple. Instead of bending down to reach the back of the fridge, you could spin the shelves to bring the items forward. While it sounds convenient, this design quickly fell out of favor because items often slid off or tipped over during rotation. It also wasn't great for maximizing space, as the circular shelves left awkward gaps in the corners. Though Serval tried to market this as a cutting-edge feature, the cyclomatic quickly became a relic of quirky, failed designs. But not all appliances were large in size. In the mid-20th century, households relied on physical methods to stay organized, and one of the most intriguing was the metal pocket-sized grocery list. Often hung on kitchen walls, this list had little sliders next to common grocery items. As you ran out of flour, sugar, or eggs, you'd slide the indicator next to each item. Though primitive compared to today's digital shopping lists, it served its purpose well in a time when paper and pens weren't always at hand. This contraption often found its way into homes during the 1940s and 1950s, providing a simple but effective way to track weekly groceries. While not widely remembered today, it's a fascinating glimpse into how households stayed organized long before apps and voice assistants. From small and efficient to something much grander, the next vintage item brings us to the realm of food presentation with an unusual twist, literally. First patented by Cale J. Schneider in 1932, the cake breaker was a highly specific tool designed to slice through delicate cakes without crushing them. With its long, thin tines, it allowed users to cut through light and airy confections like angel food cake without the risk of flattening them. This tool was once a staple in kitchens and dining rooms, especially during formal gatherings where presentation mattered. Schneider's invention caught on quickly among homemakers and became part of many formal silverware collections. Though now largely a novelty, it remains a unique example of how even the smallest kitchen tools were designed with purpose and elegance in mind. And if you thought slicing cake was interesting, wait until we dive into the history of how an American health guru helped popularize one of the country's favorite sandwich spreads. John Harvey Kellogg, known for his work in nutrition and as the inventor of cornflakes, played a key role in popularizing peanut butter in the late 19th century. While Kellogg didn't invent peanut butter, he championed its use as a healthy protein alternative, especially for his vegetarian clients at the Battle Creek Sanitarium. By 1896, Good Housekeeping magazine encouraged readers to make their own peanut butter at home, using a meat grinder. This manual process laid the foundation for peanut butter to become a household staple, and by the early 1900s, electric versions were introduced to make the task even easier. The transition from health food to mainstream favorite was solidified when companies like Swift and Company and Skippy began mass-producing it by the 1920s. Now that we're talking about kitchen innovations, let's take a trip back to the days when baking was truly an art, and you needed a special tool just to get your butter to look right. Before modern refrigeration and pre-packaged butter, homemakers used wooden molds and stamps to shape and imprint butter. In the 18th and 19th centuries, butter making was a labor-intensive process, and these tools added a decorative touch to the final product. The molds were often intricately carved, allowing the butter to take on beautiful designs, sometimes even featuring family crests or regional symbols. This wasn't just about aesthetics. Having uniformly shaped butter pats made it easier to portion and store the butter, especially in the days when it was traded or sold at markets. While butter molds left their mark on dinner tables, another innovation was carving out its place in the kitchen, one with a much cooler twist. In 1955, the Kelvinator Foodorama hit the market as one of the earliest side-by-side refrigerators, combining a refrigerator and freezer in one unit. At the time, it was hailed as the Rolls-Royce of refrigerators due to its high-end design and numerous features. The Foodorama had a separate freezer on the left and a refrigerator on the right, with chrome door handles and a sleek exterior. Inside, it boasted unique features such as an indoor breakfast bar with egg holders, removable juice containers, and a tilt-out crisper bin for fruits and vegetables. Its design was revolutionary for mid-century kitchens as it prioritized convenience and food organization. The Kelvinator Foodorama was targeted at affluent customers, and its price reflected its luxurious nature, making it a rare find in most households. But luxury in the kitchen didn't stop at refrigerators. Another appliance turned heads for its peculiar size and use. The Frigidaire Flare, introduced in the 1960s, was a futuristic kitchen appliance that combined an oven and stove into a single unit. Unlike conventional ranges, the Flaire's oven was mounted at eye level and concealed behind sleek, retractable glass doors, while the stovetop was hidden in a pull-out drawer. This design not only saved counter space but also gave the kitchen a streamlined, modern appearance. The Flare featured radiant electric burners, which were a cutting-edge technology for that time, and its design became iconic for mid-century kitchens. However, its high cost and complex design meant it was only accessible to wealthier households. It stood out for its unique approach to kitchen appliances, but was eventually discontinued as simpler, more affordable models became popular. But while the Flare brought style and function together, another appliance from the early 20th century took a completely different approach to health with a shocking method, literally. The Violet Ray machine, developed in the early 20th century, was a peculiar appliance designed for home use, promising to cure a wide range of ailments with electric shocks. This device emitted high-frequency electrical currents through glass electrodes that would glow with a faint violet hue. It was marketed as a treatment for headaches, arthritis, skin conditions, and even hair growth. The machine was promoted as a therapeutic device used by both professionals and ordinary people at home, but there was little scientific evidence to support its effectiveness. By the mid-20th century, the Violet Ray machine was largely discredited, and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration banned its sale due to safety concerns, as it could cause burns or electric shocks if used improperly. While the Violet Ray machine promised miraculous health benefits, another appliance was designed to tackle one of the most dreaded household tasks: ironing on a large scale. The downright ironing machine, introduced in the 1930s, was a heavy-duty appliance designed to automate the laborious task of ironing. Unlike traditional hand irons, this large machine featured two heated rollers that flattened clothes and linens as they were fed through. Users would sit in front of the machine, guiding fabrics through the rollers while controlling the pressure with a foot pedal. The downright was particularly useful for large households or businesses, as it could handle bulky items like sheets and tablecloths. However, due to its size, complexity, and cost, it was more common in commercial settings than in private homes. While it promised to revolutionize laundry day, it never fully replaced handheld irons in most households. As the downright aimed to ease household chores, the next appliance quietly changed the way families cooked for generations with its slow cooking abilities. The Naxxon Beanery, developed in the 1940s, was the original slow cooker designed by inventor Irving Naxxon. Inspired by his Lithuanian grandmother's method of slow cooking bean stew, Naxxon created a device that used low, steady heat to cook meals over a long period of time. The Beanery allowed users to leave food simmering for hours without supervision, making it a perfect solution for busy families. In 1971, Naxxon sold the rights to rival manufacturing, which rebranded the appliance as the Crock-Pot. The Crock-Pot became a household staple in the 1970s, transforming meal preparation by allowing families to prepare hearty, slow-cooked meals with minimal effort. This invention revolutionized home cooking and remains one of the most popular kitchen appliances to this day. While the Naxxon Beanery quietly transformed cooking habits, the next peculiar appliance promised something much more unusual: warm socks straight from the kitchen. The electric sock warmer, introduced in the 1950s, was a quirky appliance designed to warm socks before wearing them. This small plug-in device allowed users to slide their socks into a compartment that gently heated them, making for a cozy start to the day. Interestingly, the electric sock warmer was often advertised alongside kitchen appliances in catalogs, leading to its odd placement next to coffee pots and toasters. While the idea of warming socks might seem bizarre, it gained popularity in colder climates where people welcomed the luxury of warm footwear on chilly mornings. Despite its initial popularity, the device eventually fell out of favor as central heating became more common in homes, but it remains a unique example of mid-century innovation. Just as the electric sock warmer brought comfort to mornings, the next device brought a diner experience straight to your countertop with its all-in-one breakfast setup. The countertop breakfast griddle, popular in the 1950s, was a compact, all-in-one cooking appliance that allowed users to prepare an entire breakfast on a single surface. The griddle featured multiple compartments for frying eggs, cooking bacon, and making pancakes simultaneously. Some models even included a small drawer where sausages or other meats could be cooked while the griddle handled the rest. This appliance mimicked the functionality of a diner griddle, making it easy to prepare meals for the entire family quickly and efficiently. It was a popular choice for large families, particularly in the post-war era when convenience in the kitchen was highly valued. The countertop breakfast griddle allowed users to enjoy restaurant-style breakfasts without leaving their home. And while this griddle streamlined breakfast, another unique appliance aimed to hide kitchen workstations behind clever design, making cooking both practical and stylish. In the 1950s, kitchen appliances started to prioritize both form and function, and the cutting board covered range was a perfect example. This innovative appliance featured a built-in cutting board that covered the stovetop burners when they weren't in use, allowing for extra counter space. It was particularly useful in smaller kitchens, where counter space was limited. The cutting board could be easily removed when it was time to cook, revealing the burners underneath. Brands like Tappan were known for creating these combination appliances, which allowed kitchens to remain sleek and uncluttered while still offering full functionality. The cutting board covered range was an early attempt at multipurpose kitchen design, a trend that continues in modern appliances today. As one appliance transformed the kitchen into a space-saving haven, another took the battle against winter head-on, wielding the power of fire to clear the way. In 1969, the Hobie flame gun was introduced as the world's first low-cost flame gun designed for home use. Marketed as a versatile tool, it was primarily aimed at quickly melting ice and snow, making it popular during harsh winters. The Hobie flame gun boasted a propane-powered flame that could instantly burn away snow and ice on sidewalks, driveways, and other outdoor areas. Advertisements touted its ability to burn up snow faster than any manual methods, appealing to homeowners who needed a quick solution to winter weather. Beyond snow, the flame gun could also be used for clearing weeds, lighting fires, and even defrosting pipes. However, due to safety concerns surrounding the open flame and the potential for misuse, its popularity declined in the following decades. Despite this, it remains a peculiar example of innovative yet risky home solutions from the 1970s. As the Hobie flame gun battled winter hazards, another appliance focused on a much simpler, yet essential, household task: opening cans. The Ransome can opener, introduced in the 1950s, was one of the earliest electric can openers designed for domestic kitchens. Before electric models, manual can openers were the norm, requiring significant effort and precision. The Ransome model changed this by automating the process, allowing users to open cans with the simple push of a button. The device featured a motorized cutting wheel that smoothly sliced through metal lids, eliminating the risk of injury often associated with manual openers. It became especially popular in homes where convenience was prized, particularly for those with limited hand strength. The Ransome can opener paved the way for future innovations in kitchen appliances, though it was eventually overshadowed by more advanced, compact models that emerged in the 1960s and beyond. And speaking of being compact, refrigerators have always been a kitchen necessity, but in 1955, General Electric took a truly unusual approach: a refrigerator designed to be installed directly into the wall. The wall refrigerator was meant to save floor space by seamlessly integrating with your kitchen cabinetry, disappearing from view. While this might sound innovative today, the look was bizarre at the time. Guests might not even know where to find the fridge. The appliance was concealed behind a sleek, modern facade, hidden away like a secret compartment. Despite its futuristic design, the wall refrigerator had some practical challenges, especially when it came to repair. Since the entire unit was built into the wall, even minor repairs required a significant construction effort. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, take a look at this other video right here, and don't forget to subscribe.